My first probably big celeb was Venus Williams. She started following me on Instagram. I travel everywhere really, wherever the job takes me. More recently, I've been to LA, New York, Paris. I've not always liked my hair, but to be honest, my mum used to relax her hair. And I guess, you know, like back in that age, like our parents, that was like the easier thing for them. There wasn't all this education around hair and how to look after it. So I just enjoy playing with texture and curls and coils and Zeds and all the different hair textures that kind of come within that spectrum. And there we go, transformation.
It's a question I know you've asked 1,000 times. How can I look after my natural hair? I'm Paige Lewin, and as I grow my little afro out from scratch, I am on a mission to educate myself. So I thought I would ask the UK's top afro and curly head stylists if I can sit in on their personal get ready routines so you don't have to. This morning, I will be shadowing the incredible celebrity hairstylist Dion Smith, fresh off the press from LA, as she preps her hair for the day.
My name is Dion Smith and I'm a hairstylist stroke entrepreneur. My first probably big celeb was Venus Williams. She started following me on Instagram. And then before I knew it, I had like an inquiry to do her for Wimbledon. And I was like, oh my God, this is like Venus. At that time, you know. Some of the celebs that I've worked with, Golda Rosheuvel, she plays Queen Charlotte, Teyonah Parris, she was our natural-haired superhero in the Marvels, yay! Sarah Niles from Ted Lasso, Kayla Lane from Wonka, Leanne Pinnock, our ex-Little Mix, now solo, she's amazing. Oh God, the list goes on and on and on. I travel everywhere really, wherever the job takes me. More recently, I've been to LA, New York, Paris. Although people are like, oh, you know, Dion, you're a jet setter, your hair there and everywhere. And don't get me wrong, that's beautiful in itself, but it is very tiring at the same time. You've called me first thing in the morning. So yeah, this is what I look like when I roll out of bed in the morning. I'm done.
I absolutely love this, okay?
Yes.
It's giving spa day. It's fabulous. So this is where your day begins, yeah?
Yeah. Every morning I get up, this is where I come to, especially if it's like a quick thing. It's just good to just walk in, have a quick shower and I'm out.
For those of us that have type 4 hair, talk to me about some of the benefits of washing your hair and how frequently you think we should.
Generally, I would try and wash my hair every 2 weeks. First of all, I would start with like a clarifying shampoo.
Okay.
The reason why I generally go in with clarifying all of the time is because my hair most of the time has a lot of build-up because I am the kind of gel slapper, fling on a quick piece,
Sure.
and out the door because I'm always in a rush.
Yes.
And then I would always go in with a deep moisturising conditioner. One of the hacks that I always tell my clients is they're always like, oh, but I don't have a hairdryer, I don't have a hooded hairdryer. And I'm like, just have a hot drink. So if you're doing like a conditioner and you want to intensify it at home, wrap your hair in some clean film, pull it in a towel and have a hot drink and your head will actually heat up.
Girl, you're saving
That's a
people
good hack.
money.
Good home hack.
That's so good when you're on a budget.
Yes. I would just do a quick cleanse, tone and moisturise. And that's my quick 3-step morning routine. And it just leaves my skin feeling really glowy. I'm refreshed. So now I'm just gonna take my hair out of this dreaded ponytail.
What is
Some people call it a bungee or you can call it just an elastic hook. People that have like really big or thick hair as well,
Yes.
sometimes you can't get the band over it.
Oh.
So the bungee is the
Can I see?
saviour. It's like, why didn't we think of this before? So this is my Denman Detangling brush.
Fabulous.
It's the best brush. It is literally
Best brush in the
only
world.
brush I use for detangling. I would just obviously spritz my hair up because I want to loosen the product in there. Just give it a refresh.
I love your girl pattern.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Sometimes you do get kind of caught in that sort of, oh, I'm just going to paste gel back on it, but it's really good to go in, detangle and go back up.
So in
So you're not
between
just-
styling,
Yeah.
you would advise us type 4 girlies to
Yeah.
not just go from style to style on the bounce
Yes.
without taking the hair out and just
Yeah,
detangling.
just detangling it because
Yeah.
otherwise you get faced with the situation sometimes where the hair is so matted underneath
Yeah.
when you eventually take it out, and then when you do start combing it out you get so much like loss of hair. I'll work my way through all the different sections.
Okay.
So once I've done detangled one full section, I normally just pull it into like a big twist so that it doesn't mat up again. Otherwise you'll be playing yo-yo. I just love this brush. I've been using it from as long as I can remember. It's just a really good brush. It doesn't snag. I don't know what the secret is. I guess Denman will know what that is, but it is literally the holy grail. And it's the brush that I recommend to all of my clients. And it just never fails. Just love it. And this is like a quick fix for me, especially someone that's busy on the go. I have no time to be sitting down in front of the mirror for hours. So next I would just fling it all the way up again. Yeah. So I'll just pull it up into like a ponytail. So this is another Denman brush that I absolutely love. As you can see, yes, the logo's worn off, even though it's still here in the handle. This will be great for like smoothing up the edges when I put it up into like a high ponytail, just to give me that fine finish. It just goes to show I like the brushes. Now that my hair's nice and detangled, I'm gonna just scrape it all up into one ponytail so that I can then go and put my piece onto it. I've not always liked my hair, but to be honest, my mum used to relax her hair, and I guess, you know, like back in that age, like our parents, that was like the easier thing for them. There wasn't all this education around hair and how to look after it. So, and then eventually I went natural as I became more educated in hair. So I'm just gonna pull it into a braid, and then I'll put my piece on. And then my hair's protected. I can imagine this is definitely an easy way to do your hair when you're traveling from Paris to LA and back again. Of course. This is just quick and easy for me. And then I can choose a different piece, like long piece, wavy piece, afro piece, whatever piece. And it just goes on the top, and yeah, I can be a different woman every day. So now I'm going to finish up my quick hairstyle, get me gel. Don't judge me, it works. Put a little light on. I would get my towel comb, and I would do this all around the edges. It just keeps the edges down and keeps the edges laid and flat. I like that very slick finish. Most of the gels are water-based, so especially with type 4 hair, I wouldn't recommend using gel unless it is a slicked up style, because you're just going to end up with very brittle hair. Sometimes the gels go hard, they flake, and it just becomes an absolute nightmare. So I would only recommend using gels, water-based gels like these, when you are doing a slicked up style. So now I'm going to use my Denman brush to just, double smooth. As you can see, it just makes a difference. Can you see there? And that just gives it that nice, smooth finish. And because the bristles are so close together, you get that kind of slick closeness in terms of the hair. My little curly piece. This works, you know. Quick on and off, mate. And that just goes in. And it's just instant transformation. And it's what I need, being like a busy person. Have you always worn hairpieces that have curly texture? Most of the time. Back in the day, like we're going back in the 90s, it used to be all the straight, sleek weaves. More recently, in like, I don't know, last 10, 15 years, it's been textured hair. And there we go, transformation. Your hair looks absolutely fantastic, but I love the fact that you've used a textured hair piece. Because I feel like, tell me if I'm wrong, Dion, there's a shift that happened. Because hair pieces, I remember when I was at the peak of my wig chapter, if somebody had said to get any kind of afro texture in a wig, I'd be like, what? Yeah. Why? Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah. And I just feel like we've now moved away from that, where we can still be really versatile. We can have our hair pieces, but we don't have to stray far from our texture. I think people are definitely embracing it more, which is really good. People don't feel like they feel pressured to have to like wear straight hair or anything like that. So that's really good. I'm not doing like a full glam today. This is just a quick thing, just so I can look half decent. I started with a corrector, and now this is for foundation. So all I'm doing is just to make my skin look even and make me look like I'm awake. And now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of concealer, just under the eyes here. So I normally just do that. It just brightens up the eyes. Makeup makes me just feel awake. Sometimes like, I wake up in the morning and I just feel like I'm just tired. And it's just mad how it just transforms your face. Like, so when I look at myself with a little bit of something on now, I feel like, oh, okay, yeah. Even though I'm tired, it just makes you feel better. Yeah. Depending on what I'm doing, I just like to make a little effort. And then a little spray. Yeah, set it. That's enough for a day. Set it. And I'm all good to go. Girl, honestly, let me just, you look good. And considering this is what your quick look. Yeah. Stop. When it comes to natural hair, what do you feel
about the whole topic. It's a big topic.
I just enjoy playing with texture. There's only a few of us, you know, maybe a handful of us that do embrace the natural textures in hair and want to work within those textures to show that it can still be beautiful even though it's natural. I went out on a mission to show that natural hair can be styled for bridal, can be styled for red carpet, can be styled in a way that it's still beautiful.
When it comes to wearing your natural hair out, how does it make you feel?
I don't wear my natural hair out.
Why?
Because it's just too much work. And because I'm so busy styling other people, I just don't have the time for myself.
I know you touched on it earlier about how obviously I think all of us have had the relaxer. I think most of us, if not 95%, have had the relaxer.
There's so many ways that you can style hair now. There's pieces, there's weaves, there's wigs, there's so many ways. Like, you don't need to be putting all the chemicals on the hair. If you're somebody that doesn't care about your hair underneath and you're going to be doing all of that stuff to it, if you're constantly in wigs and whatever, then shave it off. And if you can't shave it off, then that means you care, which means look after it.
I'm shook.
Yeah. It's true though.
It is, because if you didn't want it, I shaved mine off. Because I was at that point where I'd had enough.
Right.
Stylists like you, it makes a difference. Seeing the celebrities I've seen on Instagram with their hair natural, Dionne, it makes a difference.
Yeah, you've seen it in films, you've seen it in superheroes, you've seen it in, it's just everywhere. Like, that would have never happened all those years ago. You'd never see that. I think it's really great that, like, celebrities that have these big voices, that they are in a position where they can be like, hey, look, this can be red carpet ready, and I can go out in a big afro, and I can go out in braids.
What advice would you give to little Dionne about her hair?
I would just say to love your curls and coils. It's really hard when you're young, especially when you have parents, and a lot of the times they want easy life. So I didn't have a choice in getting my hair relaxed, and my hair was relaxed. But if I could have gone back or even have spoken to my mum, I would have been like, Mum, don't relax my hair. Like, I don't want you to. Let's just work with what I have.
Thank you so much, because I know there's a lot of people that wouldn't let me in their home like this. So I really appreciate you. No, I am taking so much away that I'm going to be applying to my own natural hair journey. It's been incredible to see from there to now, and you look fantastic. This video was kindly sponsored by Denman, the iconic OG brush brand for the whole of the curly haired community. Denman have also given us a unique discount code, so if you do want to buy any of the products shown, then you can use the code in the description below. If you liked this video, please watch more episodes, like and subscribe for more content, and make sure you join Team Texture on Instagram.